Yo, 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 what up, man? It's Shorty Da Prince. Call me Mr. Midwest, man, from St. Louis to Detroit. And right now, you rocking with the best, man. TalkingDetroit.com. Kenny Valentino, what up, though?
First of all, let me welcome you to the city. I mean, I know you've been here for a minute.
Yeah.
But you are definitely not a Detroit native. So, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you let our viewers know where you from?
See the brim, you know what I'm saying? St. Louis, what up? Yeah, man, born and raised Southside St. Louis, still Midwest, though, so, you know, still part of this whole Midwest movement, man. So, shout out to everybody back home. It's equal love, you know what I'm saying, from Detroit to St. Louis. Everybody I talk to, D mess with somebody from the Lou and vice versa, so big shots going out to the hometown.
So, I'm sure the people want to know, like, what made you come to Detroit anyway?
I mean, through the radio, you know what I'm saying, through Radio 1 when I switched from Clear Channel to Radio 1. Shout out Hot 104.1 back home. I was working, that's when I started working afternoon drive doing 2 to 7. And they extended an offer to me either for Detroit or Dallas, you know, because the same PD runs both stations. So came to Detroit, checked it out, was going back and forth for a minute, ended up, you know what I'm saying, liking it, wanted to try it out, you know what I'm saying. So came up here and been up here about a year and maybe about a year and a half now, you know what I'm saying. So it's going good and still working, man. My shorty, you know what I'm saying? It's out here. Get out here. We out here. TalkingDetroit.com. What up, though? But yeah, man, got on the radio when I was in the 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? I was 12 years old. First started off at Clear Channel back home under this station, 100.3 The Beat. Won a contest when I was 12. And, I mean, like, it was a lot around it, you know what I'm saying? Like, my very first show, I had to interview B2K and IMX. That's when they was popping at the time, and interviewed them, introduced them later that night, this big-ass skating party and everything. So it was probably like it was a lot going on at that time. So yeah, I was only supposed to be on for a month though. And then after I was on for about 3 months, they told me that. Anyways, when I was 12 to when I was 16, I had a Saturday morning show doing 10 to 12. And then as soon as I turned 16, I got hired full-time and was doing 6 to 10, then switched to 7 to midnight, and you know what I'm saying, the rest is history. You can check the record books and all that and the rating books over at Clear Channel. I got records over there, man. I sit down with one of my PDs and they asked me if I came to a fork in the road, you know what I'm saying, well, would it be music or radio? And I told them music just because I wasn't even finna enter the contest with the radio at first. But I knew what I ultimately wanted to do, so I was like, you know what I'm saying, what better way to get closer to my dream. And I mean, if you cliche, but what better way to get closer than, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I always listen to the radio. I always call in and play the games and stuff. It was just, you know, just a fan of music. So I was like, this could definitely, it couldn't hurt it. It could definitely help it. You know what I'm saying? So with the music thing, it was just, I always tried to, now, I can actually say now I'm honestly getting to almost to the point where I want to be as far as mastering both and manipulating and using both of them to my advantage, you know, because at first I might have came across a PD who wouldn't play my record, or, you know what I'm saying, people look at it now like, oh, you know what I'm saying, how you just get on and get his shit spent, you know what I'm saying, but people don't understand that's come from a long, like I've been doing radio, I've been doing radio for about 10 years now, so, you know, with the music thing, it's always something I wanted to expose. Even when I was signed, I got signed when I was 15, and that's always something I would want people to open up and listen to, you know, even more than the radio thing. But of course, you know, you're gonna hear me on the radio before you hear my music. Because you turn on the radio, I'm on there. So yeah.
Okay, so you signed to what, Atlantic Records?
Yeah, I got signed to Atlantic under the WIA umbrella, which is Warner, Elektra, and Atlantic. I got signed under Warner though through Kevin Lyles. Kevin Lyles actually signed me, and yeah, I got signed under Track Boys production company. They did Tipsy for Jaquan, Hood Hop Jaquan, Air Force One for Nelly, Po Folks for Nappy Roots. Like, they got a lot of songs under their belt. I had a lot of stuff on Nelly stuff. But yeah, I got signed through them, went in, and it was just like a dream. Like, I was living in LA for a month, New York for a couple months, doing songs with Trey Songz and B.O.B. and Mano and BG on the record, and T-Pain, and it was just going hard, and then it just kind of like stopped. You know, basically, it got to a point where I had no representation in the office. My A&Rs got let go. Kevin Lyles stepped down. So it was like, you know, my music was up there, but no, it's almost like when you get some people fight to get signed, and when you get signed, it's even more of a battle because you're in direct competition with the people on your label, like Trey Songz, like D.O.B., like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I was fighting for a release date, never got the release date, just because I had no representation, I had nobody up there fighting for me. So then I came to a point where I was just kind of stuck because I dropped a record back home that went #1, but I couldn't do nothing because I was still signed to Atlantic, but they wasn't really fucking with me. So it was just like, I guess a hard time for me, you know what I'm saying, at the time. But I got off Atlantic when I got to Detroit, so, you know what I'm saying, got that free agency. And now it's just all about getting people familiar. Like, all that is good. You know, I got that out of my belt. The most thing I can say I took from that was experience and relationships. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just all about moving forward. All that stuff is in the past. I ain't worried about what it used to be, for real.
So were you doing the radio thing and the music, like with being signed and being an artist at the same time? Or did you step down from radio for a minute?
No, I was doing everything at the same time. Like, I've been doing radio nonstop. I maybe stopped radio for about 6-7 months when I got let go. I started working for Clear Channel, got let go from Clear Channel, then got picked up by Radio 1. Really got picked up like the next day, but we didn't really make it official till a couple months after that. So I was going hard. Like, my days would be after I got to a certain age when I really start going hard for it. My days would be like studio during the day, go to work at night, go back to the studio. So it was just like a constant thing.
Okay, so what's next for Shorty Da Prince?
Everything, man. My Shorty, once again, just so y'all know, this is real serious. We got another one coming, Talk of Detroit exclusive coming for the summertime that I'm dropping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be looking out for that. I don't know if I'm gonna release the name yet, but we gon' y'all make sure y'all be looking out for that, man. Shout out JD. Of course, we putting all that together right now. It's just about getting people familiar. You know, Shorty Da Prince is the name. My Shorty is the mixtape. Just building the brand. If you out here doing something, understand your name is a brand, and you have to build that brand and get people familiar with the brand before you even produce a product. That's why I got my brand on my product, just so people know, no doubt in your mind, when you put this in and you feeling it, you know who CD it is. Shorty, the brand. Let's do it. You know it.
Okay, so if the people want to get in contact with Shorty Da Prince, you know what I'm saying, how can they get at you? What's the avenues?
You could hit me on my cell phone at 314. No, I'm just playing. Get me on Twitter at Shorty Da Prince. Email Shorty Da Prince at Gmail. Anything, man. If you want booking info, matter of fact, get at BJ. You get at BJ too for booking if you want anything like that. At DJBJ3525, DJBJ3525 at Gmail. All that, man. Or just Talk of Detroit, man. That's my family right there. So y'all get it done. Try and get at me. You know it. I just want to say that I appreciate all the support, you know what I'm saying, and all the hate, you know, because I know, you know, certain people might not understand the situation, and that's cool. You know, it's not for you to understand. It's you know, I don't disrespect nobody or do nothing like that. I'm just a young black man, you know what I'm saying, trying to live out his dream, and that's what I'm doing, getting closer to my dream.